I'm Melissa, this is Martin, Haley, and Maddie, and we're cruising America's Great Loop on our boat Cavalier. We welcome you to hop aboard and share in this journey with us.
Hey, child, up and go. A big world is out there waiting for us to live in every day.
Okay, well, welcome back aboard the Cavalier for another episode of Cruising Cavaliers. And when we left off last time, we were at an anchorage over in Pelican Bay, and the weather was getting rough. Tiny ship was tossed up. So basically, the objective for the day was to get all the way past. Stewart. And let's go ahead and talk about that now since Haley's pointed it out. Or we talked about the. Go ahead, Melissa.
Yeah. So this is a shell that Haley's so proud of. I wanted to show it to you. So it's really cool. I hope I'm doing it right.
Turn it around. There you go.
But yeah, it's a really cool little shell she found. She's quite proud.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it out of the way. So
you can tell that she likes it. She wants it.
She earned it.
You earned it. So anyhow, we were. Our objective was to get past Fort Myers. Past Fort Myers and up into the more protected zone. So we had about 3 or 4 hours out there. It was pretty good sized water. We're surprised how much water's out there, and we made it around. It was starting to get a little rough, but it wasn't too bad.
And then there was the speedboat race.
Oh yeah, that craziness. We were going in the river, and I guess they call them like the cigarette boats or whatever, the real fast ones. They were coming by us at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and just one after, I don't know, it must have been some sort of a race or something. But
they were flying.
They were flying, and there was a lot of them. So,
yeah. So we just kind of, hold our own. And it's all good.
It's okay, we can't. We're not moving. We're just staying stationary because there was no way we could have gotten, beat any of those boats anywhere. So that was kind of fun. So anyhow, we were going by Fort Myers, and it was kind of funny because we were expecting to see more damage from Hurricane Ian. I may have said Ida at some point, but Hurricane Ian, and we know there was because most of the marinas there are all closed, and it said they're to be determined when they open. But really didn't see any overt signs of damage. So
that's good.
Yeah. So anyhow, we cruised by there and up into the Caloosahatchee River. And that's actually what connects it over to Lake Okeechobee. So we were headed to the east coast, eventually to the east coast of Florida, and the way it works is Lake Okeechobee sits up in the middle, and it drains to the west through the Caloosahatchee and some lock systems, and it drains to the east through the St. Lucie River and another whole set of canals and locks over there. So we weren't headed out to Lake Okeechobee, but we were headed up that direction. So we got well into there, and the weather, as soon as we got out of Fort Myers and it went into the river system, it went flat, and it was really actually a nice comfortable ride the rest of the way out. So we headed to our little marina in Port LaBelle. Didn't have much services there. There really wasn't. It was just a place to stop for the night, basically.
Did we stay 2 nights? Because the one day was just really, really windy.
Yeah, we did stay 2 nights.
We didn't want to be headed up and the next few days were going to be really nice. So we just stayed tied up but it was fine. It was a nice little marina. Like I said, it didn't have a lot of services, but there was a fun little place the dogs could go run around off leash, and there were cows in the distance. And a horse.
That Sunday the extra day we stayed was also Super Bowl Sunday, and we didn't think we were going to watch the game because we have a local antenna that gets local television, but we didn't have a Fox channel, local channel we could get, and that's where the game was on. So we didn't think we were going to get it, but then Melissa,
I went on the and found a Fox Sports app. And we were able to watch it we couldn't cast it to the TV, but we were able to watch it off one of our tablet pads.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. Just
to
be able to watch it.
We got a pretty good sized tablet, so it's still pretty cool. So I made some chili with some little Vienna sausage, little weenies. We had things there, and I think we made some. What else did we make? We made something else in the morning. We made chicken strips and fries too. So we kind of had a little grazing day, just kind of like we normally do for Super Bowl. So it was pretty fun. Yeah, and a good game too, by the way.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So and the other thing that was kind of neat there is there was great places to walk the dogs. And in fact, there was this whole little grass area that was really protected. Nobody could go back there pretty much. So we let the dogs off leash and let them run around.
Yeah.
And that was just cool. They haven't got a whole lot of chance to run around.
No, they
so
haven't.
Far, so.
It's at our house, at our dirt house. They have like the whole back deck, and then we have a side, not yard, but the side area where they sometimes get the zoomies and they run around like crazy dogs. But we were talking, it's like they haven't really been able to do that.
Yeah.
Our boat really is kind of small little areas.
Yeah.
And
when you're off, most of the time they want you to have them on leash.
And we want them on leash because we don't, want them running into cars and stuff.
Yeah.
But this was a nice area where they could run, and they come back to us.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Oh boy! And as soon as we let them off leash, they started running around and playing and stuff. So it was like, okay, we got to find more ways to do this now, because
they missed it.
Yeah, they liked it. They definitely enjoyed it. So they got to run around a few times. And every time we took them out, we take them over there and let them run around. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Crazy as life goes, we'll write a story we tell to a very own. So let's live, lost in the moment, taking it all in as we go. I'm counting on you now. Stay with me, let it keep on coming. You and I need to hold on to you. Yeah, as the world is in constant motion, you stay with me through the strange emotion. You and I, we will make it through. Yeah, let's go into the unknown, letting our lives flow.
Got a shot. Take a look here on the sideline.
We're at LaBelle, Florida, getting ready to go into Okeechobee water, and somehow I figured out how to get the Super Bowl. We love watching the Super Bowl, but the sling that we have did not have it, and I downloaded Fox Sports for free, and we're watching the Super Bowl. Martin's rooting for the Eagles, and I am rooting for the Chiefs. We'll see how this goes.
I need to hold on through.